a girl living in Canada, whose winter holidays had started. That's why she stayed up late every night. She used to play new games every day to pass time at night. Just like that one night, she came to know about a horror game. The game whose name was the Death Game. She started reading rules of the game. And it was also written in the game that if someone leaves this game in half, so she will have a spirit afraid for the rest of his life. Sana quickly closed the door. According to the first rule of the game, she went to the washroom and started filling her bathtub. She closed her eyes and sat in bathtub. The second step of the game was to wet your hair. But she still couldn't hear any sound. Sana thought it was a fake game. But suddenly, she heard someone walking in the bathroom. A scary woman in white clothes appeared in front of him. She jumped into the bathtub. His eye came out due to his face hitting the tap. And a lot of blood started coming out of the eye. And it spread all bathtub. Sana started getting scared of these sounds. She was also thinking of opening her eyes. So she remembered the rules of the game. Sana asked the woman, "Why did you fall in the bathtub?" Saying this, Sana stood up and came out of the bathroom. She suddenly went and lay down on the bed out of fear. She felt like running away somewhere. But if she did, so that spirit would remain afraid of him forever. So, according to the rules of the game, she went and slept. The next morning, she woke up. She woke up after having breakfast. So, she felt as if someone was following him. But whenever he looks back, no one is there. That day, Sana and his mother went for shopping. Right now, she felt as if the spirit was with him. And she felt like this the whole way. She had reached the supermarket. And she started getting some food for herself. While shopping, he saw a woman behind him. She looked back, but there was no one there. Then Sana came back to front. And seeing this, she got scared. That instead of food in his hands, but now, she had the head of the spirit in his hand. She screamed loudly. Then his mother called him to come to the counter. When Sona looked again, everything was normal and there was food in her hand. Now she went to the counter. And again, she saw the same spirit near the counter. The spirit suddenly came very close to him. She suddenly remembered the third rule of the game. And she ran out of the shopping mall. His mother also ran back to the Sana and started asking the reason for her running away. Sana was keeping quiet due to fear. His mother put him in the car and started driving. On the way back, Sana saw that spirit behind his car. Sana became very scared because as the speed of his mother's car increased, the speed of the sprite also increases. As soon as they reached home, Sana started screaming loudly. Sana quickly went and lay down on the bed. Sometimes she goes to one room and sometimes run to another. Sana started getting very angry now. Now, Sana started the last step of the game. According to this, she had to face her spirit. Whenever she remembers the last step the game, then that sprite would disappear from there. Sana is now very scared. Even his parents could not understand anything. Now Sana sleeping. When Sana opened her eyes, so she was present in bathtub. She suddenly spirit held her with her hands. And she was laughing so loudly. This was the last and third rule of the game. That she has to look at her in the eyes of the spirit. But now the spirit should have disappeared from there. Breathing was stopping. Now that spirit was trying to kill Sana. Sana eyes closed. And when his eyes opened again, so she was lying in her room in front of her parents. But she was very wet. Now she looked at the clock, on which it was 12:30, meaning the next day had started, and she couldn't finish the game on time. Sana started crying after seeing this. After that day, Sana started having a dream every night, to whom that spirit started appearing again in his own bathroom, who wants to kill him by drowning him in water.